Hello, this is Jill from Paper Daisy Crafting. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the UK, and today I realised I got the wrong card on my base. There we go. This is the card we're going to be making today, this simple little thanks card. Very sweet, I think. I made this for a blog hop a few days ago. And our colour, it was a colour combo blog hop, and the colours we had to use were Highland Heather, Sahara Sand and Misty Moonlight. I've changed it up a little bit today. I'm going to use nice summery colours. So this was quite a very masculine type thank you card. I'm going to make it a bit more feminine and a bit more bright and summery. It's using this die here, and a lot of people have commented and said, oh, please show us how you did that. This is a die that comes from, let me show you. This stamp set is called the Right Triangle, and it comes in a bundle. You can buy it on its own, but you can also buy it in a bundle with this set of dies, which are called the Stitched Triangle dies. Lots of lovely triangles. You may have seen I posted a card earlier this week using them. I love them. I love geometric shapes, and I'm really loving this little bunting. I'm desperate to use that on something. So lovely. And this die just called out to me. It's like a little border die, and what you get when you punch it or when you die cut it is the negative. That's quite a nice effect, I think. I quite like that effect, but I really liked it infilled with all the little bits that have cut out. Now, in order to get this panel, oh no, let me start at the beginning. First of all, because of the length of the die, you're going to need a slightly larger card blank. So I have taken a sheet of A4, so this is a sheet of Magenta Madness in A4, and I have cut it. Now you can see that I haven't quite cut it at half. I've cut this piece at 15.5 centimetres, which is at least half a centimetre, sometimes 1 centimetre bigger than I normally do my card blanks. But that's because this panel needs to sit on it and leave a little border, and so that's the size you need. You can't change the size of this panel unless you're going to start cutting into triangles, which I didn't want to. So you will need slightly bigger card blank, but it does still, I think, let's try it, fit into a, yes, it will easily fit into an A6 envelope, so we're all right. So that's not a problem. Right, okay, I'm using nice summery colours today, starting with Magenta Madness, which is one of our in colours. I'm going to show you, I'm going to do my card blank first. So I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in to score. So I'm just going to score this at 10.5. So this will score at the same place, because this way it's still 21. So it's 21 centimetres by 15.5. Apologies if you work in inches. I don't tend to work in inches very often. Sometimes I do if I'm making 3D projects, but normally with my cards I work in centimetres. But there are loads and loads of conversion tables out there, so it's quite easy for you. And sometimes I do both, but I'm sure you'll appreciate it. It's quite time consuming to recalculate. There we go. There, that's our card blank, and this is the panel that is going to sit really nicely on there. Yeah, that's great. Love it. Okay, what I'm going to do first of all is show you how I made this panel. So I took a piece of Whisper White cardstock that measures 15.1 centimetres, I'm going to say. Yeah, 15.1 by 10 centimetres. So you need your piece of cardstock, 15.1 centimetres by 10, and then you're going to place your die. I'm just going to, I've got a bit of pencil mark there, I just need to rub out. Going to place your die on your cardstock. I measured 2 centimetres, did a little mark, 2 centimetres, and then I knew where to place my die. So I took my die and I placed it on my card, just so that there was a little bit of an overhang. There will be a little bit of an overhang from the die there, but the triangles are all within the card. I taped it with washi tape and then put it through the die cutter. So that was how I did that. It's too bulky for me to keep bringing my die cutter onto the table to show you exactly. I then die cut the same die. This time I didn't need to measure because I wanted the little triangles rather than the die cut, but I die cut it from these 3 colours, which are going to be the 3 colours we're working with today: Mango Melody, Coastal Cabana and Magenta Madness. My mind went blank a bit there. And you can see I've also cut out some tiny butterflies as well, and these butterflies are these from the butterfly beauty dies that go with Beauty Abounds. I think this set sometimes gets neglected, but it's got loads and loads, if I could find it, of little butterflies in it. It's a lovely, lovely set. So it's got these big dies, which you can cut apart these dies and use these butterflies separately. But it's also got some flying butterflies, these butterflies, loads and loads of little butterflies, and these little tiny ones as well. And there's lots of dies. If you wanted to cut out loads of those, you could. So that's a really good value set. Also got some sprigs of foliage. Just a really, really useful set. I'm really glad I bought it. And I've cut out, there's these butterflies, there are two types. Can you see? Those have got sort of open wings, and this one's got a bit more pattern in it. So two different types. Oh, and this one is different again. This one's got little holes and that one hasn't. So they're all different. There's four little different butterflies in there to use, which is great. So anyway, let's get on. So what we're going to do is I'm going to stamp first, because if I mess up my stamping, I don't want to have had to place it on my card blank and infilled it and done everything and then mess up the stamping. So I'm going to do the stamping first, and I think I'm going to stamp in Coastal Cabana. So my Coastal Cabana stamp pad, and the thanks we're using is from this set, Ornate Thanks. So it's this little thanks here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line this, I've shown you this before, I'm going to line this up on, do it here, try not to get my hair, every time I watch my videos back you get a little glimpse of my hair. Luckily my roots don't look too bad on it normally, but I do need to get right over the top of this, and then I'm going to bring my stamp pad, my block down to try and make sure that that's straight, and then I'm going to ink it up in Coastal Cabana, make sure it's nice and inky. Should do, and then I'm going to stamp it about 1/2 centimetre from the triangles and over to the right, but you can stamp yours where you think you'd like it. There we go. Oh, perfectly straight. Oh, excellent. Right, that's lovely. So now I know that that's okay. Now I can go ahead and glue. So I'm going to take my Tombow, and I'm going to glue this down. So just a little bit of smoothing out. Of course, like I've said before, you could use the other end of your Tombow. There's like a spreader on there which would help you get a thin layer. I use, in my other business, I make quilled cards, and I use a cocktail sticker stick a lot. So that tends to overrun into this crafting, and so I use it. Like you'll see me using tweezers a lot as well. That's an overhang from my quilling as well. I just keep thinking that I should try and find a way to show you how to incorporate quilling with Stampin' Up things. I think that's one of the things on my next to-do list. Right, I'm just going to take a tissue because there's just a little bit of glue poking out there, which I don't want. There we go. Oh, I'm loving this colour scheme already. That pink and Coastal Cabana is lovely. Right, now, here are all the little triangles that I cut out from the colours with the die. So what I'm going to do, I think odd numbers work better, because otherwise if I'd done it in even numbers you would get blue, 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 and then if you'd done 2, and then if you'd done 4 you would have blue, blue, blue. So I think it looks nicer if you have odd numbers, so that they each colour faces up a different way each time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny, if I can make it come out tiny, splodge of Tombow in each of these little triangles. I'm going to do about 10 to start with. There we go, stop there. I'm going to take my tweezers and I am just going to place them in. And so you just need to keep, once you've got your pattern set, you need to keep to the same pattern. Now luckily I found these all fit. I didn't have any problems with them each being slightly different, so you don't have to keep them in order, and make sure you know which triangle comes from which space. I am infilling the Magenta Madness ones, although I suppose you could leave them blank if you wanted to. A lot of people were saying to me, oh, that must have taken you ages. I didn't feel it did take me too long. Oh, I've got that one stuck on my finger. But you might think differently. Maybe I should have done one. Here's one I made earlier so that you didn't have to painstakingly sit and watch me doing all of these. In fact, I might come off camera and do this. I'll just do the ones that I've done. Oh no, that needs no. Don't go wrong. Concentrate, because otherwise you'll end up putting the wrong colour and ruining it all. I do love this colour scheme though. I think it's really nice and bright and summery. My team leader, who is Sam Hammond Donald, her son came up with this colour scheme for a colour challenge for us on our team page, and I do love these colours together. I'm a bright colour kind of girl. I like pastels as well. I'm not really into dull tones like browns and greys particularly. I like bright, vivacious colours, really vibrant. There we go. So it does take a little bit of time, but I don't mind it. I'm quite happy to sit and fiddle like this, but then I quill, and a lot of people say they can't quill because it's too fiddly, and I love it. I sit in front of the telly making flowers and things for my cards that I sell. There we go. If you want to have a look, my shops are on Etsy. I've got 2 shops, Paper Daisy Cards and Paper Daisy Cards 2, selling different styles of cards. You can have a quick look over there. Be happy to see you. Oh, can't get this one up. Try not to touch them because my fingers are a little bit gluey. Right, yes. I think the person who said, doesn't it take ages, was right. I think I underestimated how long this takes and how fiddly it is. So it is a bit of a labour of love. If you don't love doing fiddly things like this, then this is probably not the card for you. But I do think the effect at the end is fantastic. That one just came out because it was still a bit gluey. Right, there we go. So you can see the effect that's going to be got there. I'm going to finish that off camera. The only thing I'm going to do now is add my butterflies. So just a little bit of Tombow. And don't forget, at the moment we have our bonus days promotion, which means that if every £45 you spend in July, you'll get a voucher for £4.50 to spend in August. And bear in mind that our Christmas catalogue goes live in August, so you could be getting £4.50 off your Christmas goodie, your Christmas crafting, if you spend this month. I always think it's a really good time. As a demo, I use a lot of things like Whisper White and a lot of glue and things like that. So I always take this opportunity when we've got the bonus days promotion. Got a little bit of glue on there I can use, to stock up on all my essentials so that I can buy them at 10% off, basically. So that's what it ends up as, £10, £4.50 back for £45 spend. There's my butterflies. And there's my things. I might just do a couple more while you're with me. Do think about if there is anything that's caught your eye. Now is a really good time to buy it. You can go down to my shop if you're in the UK or any of our European counterpart countries. I think it's the Netherlands, Austria, Germany, France. I can take orders from all of those. Oh, I forgot to put glue in that one. There we go. Any of those places. And don't forget as well, on my blog I've got a 2-for-1 sale going on at the minute. I'm really trying. Today I'm going to try and get some new stuff on there, because I've listed 3 boxes of my retired stuff, but I've still got 2 boxes to list. So I'm going to try and get some more of that. I've got some Christmas things, I know, so I'm going to try and get those listed on there. So keep popping back and having a look at that to see if I've added anything new that might catch your fancy. And the deal is that you buy one thing and you can choose anything else for free. Obviously, of each pair, the cheapest one is the free one, as is quite standard with these things. But it's a good chance to get something for nothing, if you like. Or at least you can think about you're getting each of them at half price, which is a really good deal, I think. And I'm really glad to know that my stuff is going to good homes and going to be used rather than sat in a box and not get used. Because although I love most of it, I still love it. I just know that I will never have time to use it all. I'm always using new things to show you, bring you all the new products. Right, okay, I'm going to stop doing this now because my fingers need washing before I carry on, because they've got a bit gluey. Just going to put a bit more glue on that one. But anyway, you can see. So like I said, a lot of the things I do can be very fiddly. I don't mind the fiddle, but you might. So up to you to decide whether you want to continue with that. But that's lovely. Don't you think that's good? I love it. Right, there we go. Two thank you cards ready. I've got people I can send these out to already. Thank you for watching today and listening to me ramble on about nothing in particular. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll be back soon. Thanks very much. Bye bye.